everyone. We are out again this afternoon on the old Benelli, the old TNT 135. So today we're going to do something a little different here. I had a comment on one of my videos, well, kind of a conversation back and forth about how the speedometer on these things is not very accurate or is off by a few miles per hour, which I did a previous video and kind of showed that, talked about that a little bit. I'll link to it up here. But the question came up as to whether that affects the odometer, and I honestly don't think that it does. I'm going to pull over here for a second because we're going to do some testing here. I honestly don't think that it does. I don't think that it affects the odometer. But what I'd like to do today is we're going to start up the old phone with the GPS. I've actually measured out a route from just up here in the loop. The loop is 10 miles, approximately 10 miles, 9.8 or something like that. I'm going to reset my trip odometer on my bike. My GPS has a trip odometer on it. We're going to set that up, and we'll see if the three of them are the same or close or something like that. So, well, come on, we got to get this thing in neutral. Technical difficulties, here we go. Alright, so she's in neutral. So I'm going to go ahead and fire up the application that we need to use to go with the GPS. So right at the top here, hopefully you can see that right at the top. It says 0.0. Alright, my the total miles that I have on this thing is 1487 for right now. Obviously this doesn't have the tenths of a mile, so we'll see how close that comes in. Let's reset the trip odometer. Okay, trip's at 0. This is at 0. It's got the satellites right here, so we're good to go. We're going to go up here. We'll take a right. We'll do the loop. The loop should be about 10 miles, and we'll see if the things coordinate together, and we'll go from there. Let's give it a shot. Here we go. As you can see already, it's the actual speedometer itself is off, but the odometer seems to be good. You know, we documented this in a video before where the speedometer and the GPS, you know, were 5 to 7 miles per hour off, which is you know, within specifications. Well, I guess it's within regulations. They're allowed to have that kind of inaccuracy. So right now we're about 4/10 of a mile difference. I'm still considering that negligible because I just don't think that the accuracy of the GPS on my phone is that great, but see when we get through the whole trip. You can see here we're running about 7 miles per hour difference from the GPS to the actual speedometer. I can't do the math in my head real quick, but we'll have to see what percentage that is off when we get back. I'll put it up here in post. I'll tell you what the percentage difference is because I am not a mathematical genius. So this stop sign here that we're coming up on is actually about the halfway point. We're at about 5.9 miles, 5.3 miles on the GPS and 5.9 miles on the odometer. So this is about halfway. So far we're pretty accurate to what Google says, so that's pretty good. To see. I don't know if that helps, but this one says 5.6 and this says 6.3. So we're almost a mile off, but you know, I don't know. Yeah, I guess we'll see when we actually get done. So I do want to say thanks to everyone for watching the videos, everyone that's subscribed. I really appreciate that as well. You know, keep those comments coming. That's why we're out doing the video we're doing today. We had a nice little comment come through, we had a little conversation about it, so now I'm out testing it. So we're at 6.9 on the GPS and 7.8. Oh, we just went up to 7 and 7/8, so we're still, like, you know, 0.8 of a mile off for a difference between the two. Going somewhere in a hurry. Don't know if 10 miles an hour is, or 10 miles itself is accurate enough to show it. But for today, that's what we're going to do. Alright, so we're going to pull over here and do our last little look at everything. Alright. So right now, so this is about where we started, just on the other side of the street there. Google said it was about a 10-mile loop. And the GPS, it's kind of hard to see, hopefully we can see that there. The GPS says 9.9 for the trip. The odometer on the Benelli itself says 11.1. Let's see what the overall. 1499. I don't remember what it started at. We'll check the video for that. But I think I'm going to call it for this short little experiment. I really don't think that it's that inaccurate. I mean, we were about a mile difference between the two, and again, I can't account for the accuracy of the GPS on the phone. I can imagine that it's probably off a little bit, but I suspect this odometer is pretty accurate. So, although if it is a mile off, you have to think about that. You'd have to say, if it's a mile off at 10 miles, what is it going to be? 10 miles off at 100? 100 miles off at 1,000? So, but I honestly don't think that that's 100% accurate. So, anyway, We'll go back and do some calculations on the percentage difference with the miles per hour and see if that works out. But cool. Well, anyway, thanks for watching. I do greatly appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so. I would greatly appreciate that as well. And as always, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.